friends, I am here once again to discuss how to improve one's pronunciation in communication skills, and we are doing interpersonal skills where these aspects are very important. Fluent speech, good communications. So whenever we talk of good communication, pronunciation comes first. So how to improve your pronunciation, that is very important to know. And as we have already discussed that why pronunciation is so important for the non-native speaker, right now we are going to discuss some of the important mistakes that we do while improving our pronunciation or while we communicating with others. So the most important mistakes to avoid for perfect pronunciation, and the mistake one is pronouncing heteronyms the same way. So the first mistake is pronouncing heteronyms the same way. Heteronyms are words that are spelled exactly the same but mean different things. I mean the same pronunciation but having different meaning. For example, R-E-A-D, read, looks the exact same in the both present and the past tense. I read a chapter from Harry Potter every night. I read the textbook assignment before this morning's class. So the first sentence carries, a regular activity, reading Harry Potter chapter. So I read. But the second sentence carries past tense, the morning class, and here it is read the textbook. But see, the spelling is the same, R-E-A-D. Generally it is sound read, R-E-D. I mean people, commit mistake. They are new learners. However, the pronunciation is quite different with the present tense using a long A sound like read, and the past tense using the short E sound like read. To avoid this mistake, learners should take the time to familiarize themselves with some of the most frequently used heteronyms. As I said that practice makes man perfect. So even in every case you have to make practice, even in heteronyms also. Now mistake number 2, pronouncing each vowel only one way. I told you that there are 20 vowels, and out of 20, 12 are pure vowels, that is monophthongs, and the 8 are diphthong, that are glided vowel. English vowels can be complicated with just one letter having many different sounds. For example, the little vowel O has 3 distinct sounds, and that is without considering vowel combination sounds. Listen to these words: dove, loose, wolf, D-O-V-E dove, L-O-S-E loose, and W-O-L-F wolf. Now see these words and the place of O sound, the same, dove, loose, wolf. Notice how each O is pronounced differently. It is really important that learners take the time to study every possible sound made by English vowels. Now mistake number 3, pronouncing th sound only one way. Here is another mistake similar to the one above. The English syllable th has 2 distinct pronunciation which many English learners tend to forget. Th sound, th sound. Th can either be voiced with vocal cords vibration or voiceless without vocal cord vibration. Here is how that actually sounds: voiced th, voiced the in the word then, T-H-A-N, voiced T-H I mean that generally we say th, but it is here the in the word than. Voiceless th. Now here it is th in the word path, p-a-t-h, path. So see the difference, voiced th, th, but the in the word than, but the same sound pronounced voiceless in path, p-a-t-h, path. The easiest way to tell the difference is to put your fingers on your throat and see if you can feel vibrations. Now mistake number 4, pronouncing silent letters. It is important to remember that pronunciation doesn't always go by the letters in a word. Very often, certain letters aren't pronounced in English words. Consider the word used. Now, in these 2 sentences, I am going to read out. I used the last of the shampoo. I used to hate broccoli. I used the last of the shampoo. I used to hate broccoli. When alone, as in the first sentence, you pronounce or we pronounce the final d, d, d. I must tell you one thing, that in linguistics, the sound is called like p, t, k, b, d. That is the actual utterance. Unlike like we say in alphabet A, B, C, D, it is not like in linguistics. This is the actual utterance, m, n, t, l. That is why you need to learn IPA. So why I am telling you, only then you will feel the difference. So when alone in this sentence, the pronunciation of the final sound d, d in used. However, when it is part of the phrase used to, the final d sound is dropped. You are not going to say used to, used to, used to. You speak, repeat, and you yourself will feel. We are not saying used to, used to, used to. D is dropped. But when say used, d is audible, d sound is audible. There are many diverse online resources you can use to practice English pronunciation. And that is going to help you. And these are like BBC Learning English, Importance of English Pronunciation. These are online link where you can listen to Receive Pronunciation, International Phonetic Alphabet. So why I am telling you that without knowing all the 44 sound, you cannot learn proper pronunciation. For those of you who are visual or auditory learners, the videos on the site are a great tool to learn British pronunciation. Importance of English pronunciation, I mean to study both British and American English. You can use a pronunciation dictionary like Cambridge Dictionary, which offers side-by-side comparisons of the different accents. You will find British English, American English. And it is very important to know both the Englishes, American as well as British English, because there are differences between the American English and the British English in terms of meaning, in terms of pronunciation, and in terms of spelling as well. It is good idea to learn the international phonetic alphabet symbols, as they are widely used to write phonetic notations. If you know the IPA, that is International Phonetic Alphabet, you can understand the correct pronunciation of a word just by looking it up in the dictionary and reading its IPA spelling. You can practice the International Phonetic Alphabet with audio and exercises on Memories, a language learning site that centers around memorization. Not only memorization, practice also. If you listen to American English, putting headphone continuously, 15 days, you will develop that kind of accent. I am sure you will develop that kind of accent. So, it is very important to consider all the time the ways to improve English pronunciation. There are no shortcuts to perfect pronunciation. However, there are some ways you can practice more effectively and improve your skills faster. Now, if you follow certain tips, you may start improving your pronunciation, and that will take a step closer towards your goal of perfect English pronunciation. Now, what are these steps? That is very important. First is listen to yourself. To read aloud, speak quite regularly. So, listen to yourself. The second is slow down. That is also one of the important points to improve your pronunciation. Picture it. Get physical, watch yourself. Because pronunciation is very much related to articulation. Articulation means your mouth, your teeth, your tongue, till here, till your lungs. These are the organs involved in making accurate pronunciation. Copy the experts, listen to others and try to follow that. Practice English alone. Don't try to speak when you are learning English and pronunciation other language also. That will influence your learning process. Find a language buddy with whom you can exchange your dialogue. Pay attention to intonation and stress. And very good that you can sing a song. That can also make you a very good communicator. Now, what is listen to yourself? It is often difficult to hear pronunciation errors in your own speech because you are concentrating actually on communicating rather than the sound you are making. If you can't hear your pronunciation problems, it is tough to correct them. Try reading your speech with your smartphone or personal computer and making a note of specific areas you need to improve on. This is also a very good way and good, idea. Slow down. Many English learners think that speaking fluently means they need to speak fast. This is wrong. Speaking too fast reinforces bad habits, sometimes stammering also, and makes the speaker sound nervous and indecisive. Speaking slowly will give you time to breathe properly and think about what you want to say next. Because it gives you time to think while you are speaking, you will feel more relaxed and be able to concentrate on making your English sound fantastic. Picture it. Close your eyes and think about how to make a sound before saying it. Visualize the positioning of your mouth and face. If you have studied with the phonemic chart, think about the sound you are making and how it relates to other English phonemes. Like a spider, S-P-I-D-E-R, a spider. R sound never pronounced in isolation or if it is with the consonant. It is always pronounced when it is with vowel. A spider, R is dropped. A spy, I. The sound is typical, this glided vowel, a spider. So, be particular of the sound and the articulation. So you think how you are speaking, closing your eyes, spy, spider. If you have used diagrams of the mouth and tongue, think about the shape you need to make inside your mouth if you want to make the sound correctly. That is why I said that articulation is very important. T, t and d, t, d. You utter and you see the tip of the tongue. I mean, there is a very less variation. T, teeth ridge, d, slightly after that, t and d. So articulation is very important. That is why it is always helpful to make diagram and to see the different, placement and organs while pronouncing a sound, especially in a word. Get physical. What is it? Pronunciation is a physical skill. Yes, I mean the organs involved in it. So you are teaching your mouth a new way to move and using different muscles like S-T-U-D-E-N-T. Generally we pronounce student, but this is wrong. It is student, student. Two syllables are there. Student. So the first is stressed, student. Now you see the mouth, student. So you are giving training to your mouth. Focus on difficult sounds each day. Having trouble with th, put your tongue between your teeth. Don't bite down and blow air out of your mouth. Feel the air move over the top of your tongue. Watch yourself. Stand in front of a mirror to see the placement of your tongue. That is why I said that look into the mirror and then go for practice. Lips and shape of your mouth. When you make certain sounds, compare what you see with a video of a native speaker saying the same thing. In Language Lab, we give training like this, with the lips or with the articulation, and the student generally putting the headphone and they utter like this, looking at the lips and other organ. Copy the expert. There is no replacement for learning pronunciation from the expert's native speaker. So listen to English radio programs and watch television and movies in English. Imitate what you are hearing, even you are not sure what they are saying yet. Practice English alone. Pronunciation problems persist because we are afraid to make mistakes. This is the vital reason that we hesitate to speak. But I suggest my student that you keep on speaking. Practice. Even though you commit error, it hardly matters, at least you will learn. Create scenarios. Meeting someone for the first time, ordering at a restaurant, asking for directions, then act out the dialogue by yourself. Don't be shy. Find a language buddy. Getting feedback from an outside observer is crucial. That is why but mirror is not going to tell you, but your friend, your buddy will tell you that how you are speaking. Too much accent, too much stressed, or too much facial expression. Find a friend who is always interested in improving their English. Try exchanging recorded messages so you can listen closely to each other's pronunciation. Pay attention to intonation and stress. That is also very important. Good pronunciation is more than just mastering individual sound. It's always understanding intonation, the rise and the fall of the voice, and the stress. Some sounds in words and some words in the sentence are louder or clearer than other, that is prominent sound. Read poems, speeches, and songs aloud, concentrating on the word, stress, and intonation. Sing a song. Learn the words to popular English songs and sing along. Certainly, it is going to help you. Singing helps you to relax and just get those words out, as well as helping your rhythm and intonation. Because you don't need to concentrate on constructing sentences for yourself, you can concentrate on making your pronunciation sound great. You are great when you have a good pronunciation. Pay attention to your tongue also. I mean, movement of the tongue. The main difference between rice and lice is in your tongue. When you speak, you move your tongue to make sounds. You probably didn't even notice that since you do it without thinking. To improve your English pronunciation, it is a good idea to check what your tongue is doing. Some difficult sounds for non-native speakers to make are the letters L sound, R sound, and the sound Th. Pronouncing them correctly is all in the tongue. Now, this is the diagram. I am showing you how to pronounce L and R. To make the L sound, your tongue should touch the back of your front teeth and the top of your mouth, L, just behind your teeth. Try it now. Say the word light, light, L-I-G-H-T, light. Say it a few times, light. Feel where your tongue is in your mouth. Make sure it touches the top of your mouth. To make the R sound, your tongue should not touch the top of your mouth. R, R, R. Pull your tongue back to the middle of your mouth, near where it naturally rests if you were not saying anything. As you say the sound, your lips should be a little rounded. Try it now. Say the word right, right, right a few times. You should feel air blowing between your tongue and the top of your mouth as you speak. Right, right. You should also feel your lips get a little rounder when you make the sound. Now for the Th sound. This one may seem strange if you don't have a similar sound in your native language. To make this sound, put your tongue between your top and bottom teeth. Th, th. Your tongue should stick out a little between your teeth. And as you push air out of your mouth, let some air escape between your tongue and teeth. That's what makes the sound. And try it now. Say the word think, 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 not think, think, think. Repeat it a few times. Make sure you push your tongue between your teeth. Now that you know where to put your tongue, can you hear the difference? Yes, sure. Break words down into sound. Words are made up of syllables or parts. The word syllable, for example, has 3 syllables. Syllable, syllable, syllable. Turning words into parts can make them easier to pronounce. For that, you need to know IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. To check how many syllables a word has, place your hand flat just under your chin. Say the word slowly. Each time your chin touches your hand, that is a syllable. You can even write the word down in parts. Leave a space or draw a line between each syllable. Every syllable should have at least one vowel. Now try saying the words. Say it slowly and pause after each syllable. Isn't that easier? This is how you can make practice. This is how you can improve your pronunciation. Add stress to sounds and words. English is a stressed language. That means some words and sounds are more important than others. You can hear this when you say a word out loud. For example, the word introduce is pronounced with a stress at the end. Introduce. So it sounds like introduce, 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 duce. Most two-syllable nouns are stressed on the first syllable, and most two-syllable verbs are stressed on the second syllable. So there are certain rules which you can keep in mind to pronounce exact word that is just like the word present. Here is another example, the noun address. Address is the place where you live, and the verb address. Address is to speak to someone. So address is the place, your residence address, but address, you are addressing someone, speaking to someone. If this all sounds too complicated, don't worry about memorizing all these rules. The best way to learn is by listening and practicing. Remember that most native English speakers don't know the rules either. They just say what sounds right. With enough practice, you can get what sounds right too. Sentences have stresses too. Some words are more important and are said with more clarity and strength than the rest of the sentence. Try reading this sentence aloud. I ate some toast with butter in the morning. The sentence should have sounded like this. The bold words are a stressed one. I ate some toast with butter in the morning. Notice how you slow down every time you get to an important word and quickly pass over the less important ones. Reading aloud is also going to help you, so you can read book or article online. This technique not only compels you to maintain a steady reading pace, but also to make pauses where necessary and stress certain words. All of the things a native speaker would normally do while speaking. And most importantly, it demands that you focus on each and every sound you pronounce, which brings me to another point. So we have already discussed that 44 sound. This is the very important point you should keep in mind. So imitate videos and recordings to learn intonation and rhythm, and also 44 sound. Talk to dictation app also. Some apps and programs will transfer your spoken word into text. So if you mispronounce something, it will tell you. So this is also the electronic media. It will also help you to improve your pronunciation. If you mispronounce a word, such kind of program will correct you by asking if you meant a different word. Shiri is there, Alexa is there. Find a native speaker to be your English buddy. That is also very helpful. Look for a language buddy online and go for English classes also if it is good. Learning individual words, consult dictionary most of the time. That is going to help you to know the exact pronunciation of the word. Write down how to pronounce the word phonetically, and for that you need to learn all the 44 sound in phonetic. And I'm sure that if you could transcribe the word, you would be able to pronounce very correctly. And knowing IPA is certainly going to help you a lot. Mimicking English sound, that is also going to help you. Hopefully you recognize the necessity of studying pronunciation and are ready to dedicate your time, energy into mastering the important English skills. Thank you very much.